I'm gonna knock your socks off with this one, ladies and gentlemen. So we all know Bryan, the creator or co-creator or whatever of Pixilart, the guy who gets all the blame and the bad rap for censoring people about everything. You know, Bryan. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that Bryan, I don't think he's real. I don't think he's real. Check this out. First of all, do we ever see him? Have you ever seen a picture of Bryan? Have you ever seen an account he has? I've never seen Bryan's account. I don't even think Bryan has an account. First of all, I don't think Bryan ever even has an account, man. Second of all, like, look, I've never seen him talk. I've always seen him communicating through moderators, man. And here's the next thing, man. The moderators are like a cult, man. They do whatever Bryan says. And sometimes they even take it in their own volition to do what Bryan wants. Bryan wants. Leave that for later, man. Well, second off, man, you know what? This really grinds my gears. And you know what else grinds my gears? The Illuminati. And you know what? I think Bryan is a part of the Illuminati. You know why? Look at this. The Illuminati is a cult, a shadowy one, if that, who never talks, nor do we ever see them, yet we hear about them all the time. But here's the thing. The Illuminati's real. Bryan isn't real. Bryan isn't real. He's just a ploy for the Illuminati. Are you following me? Now, if there's one thing about the Illuminati that everybody knows, is that they look at you through your toaster. I'm not making this up. It's been studied by the U.S. government, it's been studied by the U.S. government. It's been studied by a bunch of universities. It's been studied by all the liberal news outlets of the world. Let your mind soak through that one, man. Let your mind soak in that one. Yeah, man. And I don't know if you know, man, I have a lot of experience with toasters. I've met a couple, actually, in my time. But here's the thing. They're all drug users. Okay? Every toaster I've met is a drug user. Now, I don't know if that's a Philadelphia thing, or a New York thing, or a New Jersey thing, but it's definitely a problem. Every toaster in America is probably a drug user. And now, this is where I come in and say, support your toasters everywhere. Please reach out to them and talk to them, okay? I know they might seem like they're okay when you're waking up in the morning and shoving toast down their face, but they're not okay. You need to check in with your toasters. Your toasters are valuable people too, man. They're some of the coolest people I've ever met, and you need to care for your toasters, man. I can't see a toaster die of drug overdoses every year, man. It's horrible. Yeah, sorry, my PSA over. So if you're following me, Bryan is a part of the Illuminati, which is run by a bunch of toasters, which aren't real. But what if I told you that those toasters were communists? Yes, they're communists. They are communists. Every drug user in America is a confirmed communist. There's no way you can prove me this wrong. You can go out to your local homeless man on the street and ask him if he's a communist, and he will say yes. It's been statistically proven, so don't come with me with your liberal propaganda and tell me that there are homeless women too. Majority of them are men. I'm so worked up. Bryan and his cronies are communists. And they're drug users, and they're toasters, and they're manipulators. But that's not the thing here. You know what else? It's a communist? Christian extremists, which is also Bryan. You know, Bryan keeps on trying to push political agendas. Political agendas that conform to the maturity of God. God himself, the Christian God. Now, I don't know if you're picking up what I'm laying down here. What I'm saying is, Bryan is inducting people with this website, like you and I, into this cult-like environment to turn them into communist toasters, drug users, and political extremists of the Christian nature. Now, what does this all mean? Pixel art is F-U-C-K-E-D. The next couple of years, man, Bryan is going to start saying some horrible stuff about us anti-religious, or the pagans, or the Buddhists. There's going to be some political, religious smackdown, I swear to you. And you know why? Because I'm right. Bryan is, in fact, a drug-abusing toaster, a Christian extremist, a communist, and a part of the Illuminati, which are toasters. We are fucked. Here is a chart of my evidence with close-ups on some important things. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe with your freedom of speech.